What's up everybody, it's the Bentist and we're back for another YouTube video. Obviously, as always, you guys are killing it with the support on this channel. I love you guys so much. Thank you. I couldn't be doing this stuff without you guys. So make sure, if you're not already, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and show some love. Also, if you're finding this video interesting, make sure to hit that like button. How about that YouTube algorithm, man? Let's get this thing popping. In today's video, we're gonna be going over something that I get all the time. This question is actually, can you whiten your teeth and make them bright, shiny white while you're in braces? Answer's kind of interesting. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Alrighty, so whitening your teeth, you want them shiny, bright white teeth, and I don't blame you, man. We all want those bright, shiny Hollywood teeth. That being said, stuff gets a little sticky situation whenever you get into whitening your teeth with braces. First off, we gotta figure out, what are we using? Are we using Invisalign or are we using braces? Because either or is gonna have some issues. So let's go ahead and start with braces. Alrighty, so you got some metal braces on your teeth. You got them dope colors as well. But hey, maybe you had a little bit too much coffee, or maybe you had too many hot Cheetos and you got some yellow teeth. You're wondering, Bentist, what can I do to make these bad boys white? I got braces on, wires, everything. Here's what you can do. The issue is, if you use whitening strips or you use professional whitening trays or anything like that, what you're gonna have is the whitening strips and stuff will whiten the enamel, but there is a chance they won't get up underneath the brackets and they won't actually get to the tooth structure that's underneath them. So what does that cause? When you pop the brackets off, you might have some unevenness on the tooth, leaving you with like a yellow square underneath and everything else being white. Now, I don't know about you, but that's probably not the best look. Whitening strips, whitening trays, all that type of stuff. If you're wearing braces, metal braces, ceramic braces with the wire, sorry man, that's out. But that doesn't mean that you can't whiten your teeth. So let's go ahead and get into the things that you can do with braces to whiten those teeth. Alrighty, with braces, you got some good options still. You might not be able to use the whitening strips or the trays. That doesn't mean that you can't use a couple things. So the things that I probably recommend for you guys is actually a whitening mouthwash, a whitening toothpaste, and just overall brushing your teeth in general. What that's gonna do is it's gonna get the stains lifted up and try and overall stop your teeth from getting yellower than really trying to get those super bleaching white, but at least it will give you some type of whitening over time. Obviously, you've had my talks on the peroxide rinses and stuff like that. I would just stick to a normal whitening mouthwash, a whitening toothpaste, and just using a toothbrush. You can also use an electric toothbrush to get a little bit more oomph in there to try and knock some of that stain right off there. There is a certain set of braces that you can get. I doubt a lot of you guys have them, but if you have what we call lingual braces, this is what lingual braces look like. Basically, the braces that are on the back side of your teeth. If that's the case, you can use regular whitening strips and whitening trays and everything, and you're gonna be just fine, because nobody cares about what the back of the teeth look like. So technically, you can. But overall, I would say, as a braces patient, you can't use the trays, you can't use the whitening strips. I would just stick to whitening mouthwash and whitening toothpaste. All right, now that being said, that's for braces. Let's go ahead and move on to if you have Invisalign or some invisible retainer type appliances. All right, so you got the Invisalign and you're looking mighty clean with your little bit of clear trays. If you do have this, there is two things that are gonna happen, okay? You can probably whiten just fine with Invisalign because you don't have the metal brackets, you don't have the metal wires. So the whitening trays, the whitening strips, whitening pastes, all should work just fine. Now that's with one caveat. I don't know if you remember me talking about it last time, but Invisalign does have these things, which are called attachments. And if you have some of those on your teeth, the same effect could happen just like with braces. The whitening won't get up underneath those attachments and won't clean them. So when the attachments come off, you may have little yellow triangles or squares where those guys were. Obviously not the best case. But that being said, if your front teeth don't have any attachments on them, which is very common, go ahead and use the strips. Get your teeth white. No one's gonna care. Just make sure after you get done with that 45-minute whitening treatment or however long it's gonna be, you put those bad boys right back in, or else your teeth aren't gonna shift. So that's a really important thing. Now, obviously, if you do have the attachments or you don't, either way, you still can use the whitening toothpaste, you can use the whitening mouthwashes, and you can use an electric toothbrush, all that type of stuff to try and get more stain lifted off and get you into a pearly white situation. For when those things come off, not only are they gonna be straight with that Hollywood smile, but they're also gonna be nice and white. So now that I've talked to you guys about the whitening strips and all that type of stuff versus braces versus whitening, you're probably gonna wanna know, give me a quick rundown on the whitening things that we can do. First, you got whitening strips, okay? This is what whitening strips look like. They're super basic, super easy to use. You put them on your teeth, you wrap them around, about 45 minutes later, you take them out, rinse out. That'll lift up your stain. Now, some side effects you can have with these, you can have some gum irritation because of the peroxide. Also, it can make your gum tissue actually white for a little bit because it's bleaching the gum tissue as well. Obviously, these cost for about $30 to $40 for a 30 to 40 day supply, but it's actually probably one of the quickest, most efficient ways to whitening if you can. Next up is whitening trays. Now, whitening trays are very similar to the strips, but they're actually in pre-made trays, very similar cost. Sometimes it can be a little bit more if you get them from a professional scenario where they custom mold them to your teeth, but those are about $30 to $40 a month as well. They work pretty much the exact same. I personally like the strips better because the trays, you got to put the gel in and it's just goopy and nasty. I don't really like it. Now, there is a thing called Opalescent Go. This is Opalescent Go. Those have kind of a pre-filled tray that you just shove in there. Those are awesome. So you can get those from Amazon or wherever else too. So those are the two main ways. Now, remember, I've told you guys this a ton of times. If you're using those whitening strips with the whitening trays with the LED light, that doesn't do anything for you. Don't waste your money on that. Just get the basic whitening strips or trays. You're gonna be just fine. Now, next up is our whitening toothpaste and whitening mouthwashes. Obviously, for these to be effective, you have to use them 2 to 3 times a day. The whitening mouthwash needs to be used at least once a day. Obviously, some side effects that they have. These toothpaste and toothbrushes don't normally contain a lot of bleach, so you're probably not gonna have to deal with many issues like that. However, some of these toothpastes can be pretty abrasive because of the whitening nature in them, and so it can harm your enamel over time, specifically charcoal toothpaste, which I've talked about before on here, and you guys know, don't use charcoal toothpaste. I'm watching. That being said, these are pretty cheap, $10 to $15 for a pack. Obviously, they're not going to be near as effective as the other ones. And the last little thing you can do is just use something like an electric toothbrush. Those electric toothbrushes and stuff like that, they're pretty good at getting the stain off. They get the little extra vibrations in there to get any gunk, plaque, and a little bit of that extra stain off. Now, it's not going to do near as much as what a toothpaste or a whitening strip would do, but it helps nonetheless. And if you can't get any of those main products done because you got the braces and the attachments on your teeth, sometimes you just got to use what you can. Alrighty guys, so now that we went over all the different types of whitening treatments, what you can and can't use with braces, and what you can and can't use with Invisalign, hopefully that helped you out, man. If it did help you out, make sure to hit that like button and help the YouTube algorithm, because we're gonna be doing a ton more videos like these in the future, and I want to stick around and I want as many people to see it as possible. So if you can, watch this video, share it, all that type of stuff, like, and comment down below. Tell me what you want to see next, okay? You may not have heard some stuff that you wanted to hear. You probably wanted to whiten your teeth while you were getting all your braces and stuff on, but sometimes it's just not fair and it just doesn't work that way. That being said, the second that they come off, feel free to whiten away, man. Once those come off, you're gonna have those pretty white, straight teeth. You're gonna be able to get white and get it exactly how you want it. Thank you so much for all the support. I really, really appreciate it. Make sure to hit that subscriber button and that notification bell to keep up with all my videos in the future. Also, if you're not already following the Twitter, the Instagram, and if you're into gaming, we got a gaming YouTube and we're verified on Twitch. I'm just doing everything these days. That being said, till next time, let me know down below what video should I do next. More TikTok stuff, I don't know, whatever it is, just let me know. It's not a problem at all. I got you, homies. So in this braces style, while you're getting your Hollywood smile, I'm gonna be right there with you, shooting out these videos to help you along your journey, okay? The Bentist, we're out. See you guys. Deuces.